In this video we're going to create a very simple control panel or switchboard for our application, and it's very easy to do. All you have to do is go to create, and we just want to go for a blank form. Up the top left here we want to change the view, click on the little down arrow and change it to design view. Okay, so let's go up to title and we'll click on that and we'll just type in switchboard and hit enter. Now the first thing I'm going to do is add a command button on here, which whenever we click it, it will open up the client's form. So it's very simple. We go up to button here, make sure before you do that that use control wizards is selected. If it looks like that, you need to click it, so you can see it's selected there. So then we go to button. I'm just going to drag out a button here, and it's asking us here, what action do you want to happen when the button is pressed? In this case we want to choose form operations because we want to open this form, and here we go, we choose open form, then click next. What form would you like the command button to open? We only have FRM clients in our database at the moment, so let's just choose that one. It's highlighted anyway. Click next, and we've got a choice here. Open the form and find specific data to display, or to show all the records, and we just want to show all the records in this instance. Click next. Now, do you want text or a picture on the button? I recommend you choose text and change that to clients, and you can see over here what it would look like. Click next. Now, whenever you create a button, I recommend you call it CMD, which stands for command or command button, and in this case we'll just do clients and click finish, and there we have our button. So let's look at the form view, and you can see we've got a very simple switchboard here. Now if I click clients, it's opened up the client's form. So I'm going to close that down. With the switchboard we don't really want to have this here, which is normally for selecting a record, and we're not displaying any records on this form. So I'm going to recommend we get rid of that. We don't want it to have this record navigation down here or a scroll bar. So those items we'll remove now. So up here, go to design view, and we need to bring up the properties of this form. Now the way you can do that is double click this square up here, and over to the right here we can see all the properties of the entire form. We want to change the format. So what have we got down here? What you need to remove first of all is the navigation buttons. So we're going to change that. Click in there, change it from yes to no. There is a shortcut, you can just double click it and it'll toggle backwards and forwards. Next we want to remove the scroll bars, which is down here, and choose neither. And let's have a look again. Click on view. We've still got this record selector, but we've removed the record navigation and the scroll bars, so let's go for that. Okay, you can see over here record selectors. We'll change that to no. Just double click. Go up here, and you can see record selector is now gone. So we've got a nice clear blank form. And what I also want to put on here is an exit button. Now whenever you click the exit button, it will actually close down not only just this database but the entire Microsoft Access application. So let's go back here, go to Design View, and once again we go up to the Command button. So click on there. I'm going to drag out a button. We need to choose the application category, and there's only one action here, quit application. So we click Next. I'm going to highlight that and just type in exit. Next, CMD exit, and click Finish. And we'll test that button in a minute. But first of all, I want to make sure these buttons are the same size because it makes it look a little bit more tidy. So I'm going to highlight these buttons, and the way you do that is just click anywhere over here, hold the left mouse button down and drag a rectangle over these so they're both within that rectangle, and then I'm going to right mouse click, go down to size. We want to size to the widest, and we'll click off there, and you can see we've got two buttons that are the same width. It looks a lot tidier. And I'm going to close this form, save the changes. I'm going to call it FRM Switchboard, and click OK. So if I double click on from Switchboard, whenever I click exit, it will close down the application. So let's test this now. First of all, click Clients. We can view the clients form, close that down. Click Exit. You can see it's closed down Microsoft Access. And that's how you create a very simple switchboard. Let's improve this switchboard slightly. I'm going to click on Switchboard. I'm going to right mouse click and go to Design View. What I'd like to do, this button here says Clients, and that will open up the client's form. But I'd also like to add a button that opens up the client's report. So if I also call that Clients, it's going to be confusing. So instead, I'm going to actually edit this and call it Clients Form. So click on there, click to the right of where it says Clients, space, Form, and hit Enter. Notice it's changed, it's not wide enough, so it's not displaying it, so I'm going to drag it out to a reasonable size. We can see all the text there. Next, I'm going to create a command button that will open up this report over here. So make sure that's selected, click Button. I'm going to drag out for roughly the same size. Report Operations, Open Report, click Next. There's only one report there, click Next. Clients Report. Next. CMD Clients Report, and click Finish. I'm going to just drag these out a bit here so we've got a bit more space. I'm going to highlight them all, click over here, drag across, right mouse click, size to widest. Next thing we want to do is line them up so the left edges are in a line. So right mouse click, align to left. That looks a bit better. So I'm going to go to Form View, I'm going to click on Clients Report, and you can see it's opened up the Clients Report. If I go back to Switchboard and click Clients Form, it's opened up the Clients Form, and we know if we click Exit it will close the application down. So now you can see if you've got several forms or reports, you can start creating a switchboard, which will be very useful if you're using an application frequently and you're always going to the client's form or the client's report, or if you've got other people using the database, because it creates an application that people can use without having to go over here and maybe not know quite what each of these things do.